basically, the reason that we have iPhones in here is because the LEAF has a telematics system called the CarWings telematics system. It comes standard on both trim levels, and what it allows you to do is communicate with the car through the internet. So if you have any device with internet, a phone with internet, an iPad, a BlackBerry, or a computer, almost everybody has a computer now, you can go online. You'll have your own little LEAF webpage that you log into. And on that webpage, number one, you'll be able to see your driving statistics over time. So you'll be able to see charging statistics and driving stats. But you'll also be able to communicate with the car. So you can, number one, see how charged up your car is. Like this phone is telling me I have 46 miles available on my car right now. It's plugged in and it needs 4 more hours to have a full charge. Then if I want to, I can turn on my climate controls. Climate control timers are something that you can set in the LEAF. So if you go to work every day at 9 and you get off at 5, you can set the car to be 74 degrees at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and automatically it'll just come on and warm up or cool down for you. But let's say there's a day you decide to leave work a half hour early at 4:30. You can just pull your phone out at 4:15 and turn on your climate controls from your phone, and your car will actually start to cool down or heat up from your phone. Just remote start it. You can also check your, well, you can have the car text you when you're fully charged, or you can have it call you to remind you to plug in. So if you set the car to charge at 11 and you fall asleep at night and forget to plug it in, the car is actually going to notify you on your phone. It's going to call your phone and let you know that it's time to come outside and plug in your car. So there's all kinds of things this system can do. I could go on and on about it. The last important thing that it does is it allows you to update your GPS wirelessly as well. So the GPS system in the car is going to have all the charging stations in it. Every time a new charging station is installed in your area, that will show up on your GPS. And the car will also send you a text message to notify you that there's been a new charging station, added to your area, so that you can go into the car and take a look at where it's at. So all of this is free. It comes on the base trim level or the upper, and the subscription is paid for 3 years. So the first 3 years are free. After that, it'll be an optional subscription if you want to continue. I honestly don't know the exact price yet. They haven't priced it, but hopefully it'll be something relatively inexpensive, so you can continue on with that. Any questions?
Is that only for the iPhone, or is it like?
No, I mean, we have an app for the iPhone, and I'm sure that they'll have apps very soon for Android and BlackBerry. But right now, if you don't have an iPhone, you just go on to a mobile web page and put in a password, and then you can use anything with internet, any connection. Any other questions, you guys? All right, I got one more thing to show you. So follow me to the last stop. All right. So this is the last stop. This is what we call the 100-mile room. The reason we call it that, of course, is because the car gets 100 miles on average. But the truth about range that I want you guys to know is that range fluctuates. I mean, the LEAF is not that different in terms of range from a gas car. If you're doing 85 in a gas car versus 60 miles an hour, you're going to get different gas mileage. If you're doing 85 in the LEAF versus 55, you're going to get different range. So where we get the 100-mile numbers from one test cycle that's performed, it's a combination of city speed and freeway speed. So if you do all of one or all of the other, then that would change the outcome of the range. Basically, the realistic spread is going to be anywhere from about 70 miles to about 130, depending on how you drive the car. And what I mean by that is, if you were to do 55 miles an hour or less all day without heat and air conditioning, some stop-and-go traffic, that's when you're going to see about 130 miles. Some people have taken it more, but 130 is a pretty safe estimate. If you were to add air conditioning to that kind of day of driving, you lose about 10% of your range running your air conditioner. So you do still about 115 miles or so. We recently had a reporter take a car from Nashville to Jack Daniel's Distillery and back for a little PR stunt that we did called To Jack and Back. And that's 116 miles, and the reporter did about 55 with the air on. So you can definitely go well over 100 miles with the air on. When you won't get 100 miles, or when you start to go higher speeds on the freeway with climate controls. So if you were to do 65 on the freeway on a flat surface, you would probably hit about exactly 100 miles. If you add air conditioning, you're probably going to get about 90 miles or so. If you're doing 80 on the freeway with the air on, then you're going to get a little less. And when you're going to get the lowest end of the range, it's going to be when you combine high-speed driving with running the heater. The heater actually uses more energy in the car than the air conditioner. One thing that we have coming out really soon that will help with that is a cold weather package. So that in areas where you use heat more in the winter, you can get the car if you want with heated seats and a heated steering wheel and rear seat heaters as well. So if you're sitting in the back seat, the idea is if you're using a seat heater, then you don't need to use quite as much of your cabin heat because your body's already warm. Also, if you preheat the car while it's plugged in, which is something you can do from your phone, like I mentioned, it's going to use energy from the plug then to warm up the cabin, so then you won't lose quite as much range running your heater. But heater can reduce your range by about 25% on a very cold day. So that's when you're going to see the lowest ranges, freeway speed mixed with heat. So in the car, we've got a readout that tells you exactly how many miles you have left all the time, so you don't have to guess. It'll tell you if you have 130 miles or 99 miles remaining. Also, when you start to get low at about 18 miles, the car will start to talk to you. It'll actually say out loud that your charge is getting low, and it'll ask you if it can route you to a charging station, and it will continue to ask you if it can route you to a charging station every time you pass one from 18 miles to the bottom. So I only tell you this so that you know you'll never be shocked when you start to get low. But if ever you do run out or you do need roadside assistance, it's free for 3 years. In the beginning, we'll be towing people to charging stations, but the idea is in the very near future, companies like AAA will have generator trucks so that they could actually come out, and if you have that fast charge capability, they could plug in and fast charge you in 20 minutes or so on the side of the road. That's actually what we use on our event days. We fast charge these with a biodiesel generator. So that's an easy way to get a quick charge if you need it. So last thing I want to show you guys is this tool that we created. It's called the 100 mile tool. What's your name?
Anna.
You look so happy, Anna. You want to help me with the 100 mile tool? Come up here. You're going to be my example, even though you're probably not 16 yet, right?
No.
Okay, that's okay. What's your zip code?
30152.
30152. Okay, this is called the 100 mile tool. It's available on the website on your yellow wristband, or if this room is empty after your drive, you're welcome to come in and try it out. But what you do is put in your zip code, and then you put in your home. So I won't make you put in exactly where you live, Anna, but you're in this area. This is your zip code. So then, Anna, what do you like to do for fun? I know you must go to school every day, right?
I'm homeschooled.
Oh my gosh. Okay, then what do you like to do when you leave the house?
I like going to my dance studio for ballet classes.
Where's that?
It's Ackworth.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to dance class over in Ackworth, and then what?
Then we can go to Target or go shopping before we come home.
Okay, where's shopping?
Across the street. So still in Ackworth.
Well, that's pretty easy. Okay, what about when you go a little further away for fun? To the park.
To the park.
To the park?
Which is in Kennesaw.
Where's that? Hang on, zooming in. Oh, did you see it? There it is, perfect. Okay, you're going to the park in Kennesaw. Perfect, and then I'll even maybe you're gonna have a sleepover with a friend. I bet you have friends out in, I'm gonna say Marietta.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Let's say that that's your day, and then Mom's going back home. Thank you for your help. So here's your day of driving. Starting at home, going to school, or not school, dance class, and shopping, and then another stop at the park, and then a friend's house, and then back home. This is using Google Maps. It keeps track of her driving miles.